Are you serious? Are you serious? Folks, it's getting very serious right now. This it's supposed to be sanctions, but it's starting to sound like an embargo is affecting Russia now, not just price of oil and the value of the ruble, but we're talking about, folks, food. Actually, Russian food suppliers have begun halting shipments to that nation. This is not, look, we don't need that. I understand the differences between President Barack Obama and the European Union and Russia. And each side has significant concerns that can be validated and are understood and understandable. But starving or starting to squeeze the Russian people by cutting off the food supply, that's not going to work. That's not a smart move. But we are getting reports that it's exactly what's taking place. I want to thank Reverend Gary from Kentucky, and also I want to thank My Peace is Jesus, as well as others, for some really good research. Actually, Mary Greeley does a great job on this report, and I'd like to play her words, and she'll kind of explain some of what's taking place here.
Russian food suppliers have begun halting shipments. Until now, when it comes to the fallout in the Russian economy from the crude price plunge, leading to the collapse in the Russian currency, most of the interest has been on how the Russian financial system recovers and or survives, and just as importantly, what Putin's response will be. Just yesterday, we wrote that as a result of capital control fears, many Western banks, led by Goldman Sachs, has halted liquidity to Russian clients and other local entities. However, while the adverse impact on the Russian banking system has been mostly confined to the upper class, since there is virtually no middle class in the country to speak of. The second Cold War of words, which rapidly morphed into a very hot financial war, is about to hit the very ordinary Russian on the street. Because of Russia's Vedlosti's report citing vegetable producer Begley Dacha juice maker Sadie Perdunin and others, Russian suppliers are suspending food shipments to stores because of unpredictable FX movements.
This is not a good thing. As she said, if you start cutting off the food supply, as she said, Russia doesn't really have a middle class. There's a ruling class and the working class, or an upper class and a lower class. Now, the sanctions that have been affecting the markets there in Russia, have been affecting the banking institutions, had been affecting the currency manipulation, causing the ruble to really collapse. Those are affecting the wealthy. But when you start cutting off the food, now you're affecting the general populace, which is huge in Russia. And they would then, a groundswell would begin rising up. And if America thinks that they're trying to put pressure on Putin by getting the people upset because they can't eat, the people will rise up. But if Putin, they will demand an answer quickly. And Putin can either do two things: bail out of Russia or smack somebody. Now, this is why you're seeing, just a few days ago, again, more Russian MiG fighter jets flying into airspace over Guam. They keep flying over several different nations' airspace, including the Baltic Sea and the NATO nations that are there. Why do you think Poland is moving troops to their border? They don't want Russia invading them again. They haven't forgot World War II. Are you serious? Something biblical's going on here with the signs of the second coming of Christ, and it's very serious. The bear is wounded, but if you cage him, he will come out, and he'll come out with claws, and he'll come out with a teeth of iron, and he'll come out as strong as a bear. Pray. Pray for the Russian people. They do not deserve this. Pray for the Russian people. God bless.